Okay, so Trump just did something that sounds patriotic and slightly chaotic. He diverted Pentagon research funds to make sure US military members still get the paychecks during the government shutdown. That's right, America's troops will get paid not from the regular budget but from science money. Because apparently we are now funding paychecks with the What If We Made Invisible Jets budget. And this move, while it sounds noble, exposes a much bigger issue. How did the world's richest country reach a point where Navy families are lining up at food banks while Congress plays chicken with the government? Let's rewind a little. In Norfolk, Virginia, home to the world's largest naval base, a Navy wife and a veteran, Vashti Bailey, was standing in line at a food bank. Not for a Thanksgiving drive, not for charity, but for groceries to feed her family because she wasn't sure her husband's next paycheck would arrive. Think about that. You're a veteran, married to a sailor, living near the Navy's biggest base, and you still can't count on getting paid on time. That's not supporting the troops. That's like saying, thank you for your service, and then Venmo requesting them for gas money. And this isn't a one-off moment of bad luck. This is the ripple effect of a government shutdown, a political weapon that somehow became routine. So on Saturday, Trump stepped in with an announcement. He told the Defense Department to find other funds to keep military paychecks coming. And the White House said, don't worry, we have identified funds. Translation, we just raided the Pentagon's R&D piggy bank. So instead of funding future defense technologies, like drone research or cybersecurity systems, that money is now covering payroll. Now, to be fair, paying the troops is the right thing to do. But let's be real. This is like paying your rent using your student loan money. It works once, but you can't keep doing that without something breaking later. Norfolk and the Greater Hampton Roads region rely heavily on federal spending. We are talking 85,000 active duty service members, 58,000 civilian workers, and countless contractors. That means every fourth dollar in the region comes from the federal government. So when Washington sneezes, Norfolk gets pneumonia. Old Dominion University professor Bob McNabb put it perfectly. You'll see it on Main Street. Your neighbor's not getting paid, and that pain shows up fast. And he's not exaggerating. Economists estimate that if the shutdown lasts a month, it could cost at least $1 billion even with back pay. Without it, you're looking at billions more lost. Because while federal employees eventually get their checks, contractors don't. No back pay, no safety net, no make contractors great again hats. Now, this story isn't about macroeconomics, it's about people. Take Richard Meek and his wife Morrison, who run a small restaurant near the base. Their place, Kitchenfinity, depends on sailors and federal workers coming in for lunch. But as paychecks stop, so do customers. Richard said, everyone needs to eat, but they could probably try to cut corners somewhere. And you know what that means? Fewer smash burgers, more instant noodles. Morrison worries that without customers, they might not make it. And that is a cruel irony here. One group's paycheck becomes another group's revenue. So when the system stalls, everyone feels it. This isn't just about government workers or soldiers. It's about the entire ecosystem around them. The barbers, daycare workers, mechanics, grocery stores. When 1.3 million people stop getting paid, it's not a budget issue. It's an economic avalanche. Meanwhile, in Washington, politicians are arguing about whose fault the shutdown really is. Republicans say Democrats won't agree to spending reforms. Democrats say Republicans are holding the budget hostage over ideological fights. And Trump is standing in the middle, playing firefighter with a can of gasoline. Earlier this month, during the Navy's 250th anniversary celebration, Trump told service members, we will get our service members every last penny. Don't worry about it. Then he hopped off stage and immediately everyone started worrying about it. Because every time a politician says, don't worry about it, it usually means start worrying about it right now. It's like when your mechanic says, you'll be fine for a few more miles. Sure, until your car explodes in traffic. Back at the mobile food bank, called Hunger Heroes, yes, that's a real name. Military families are lining up for vegetables, chicken, and eggs. Katie Frazier, another Navy wife, summed it up. We get paid every 2 weeks. So if you don't get paid after that, it can start to become a real stressful situation and a real struggle. And she's right, because no amount of patriotic speeches can buy groceries. We can't pay our bills in thoughts and prayers for our troops. And the food bank organizers already know what's coming. They've seen it before. During the 2018 shutdown, lines tripled. Families who had never needed help before were suddenly showing up, embarrassed and desperate. It's wild how familiar this all feels, because this exact thing happened before, during Trump's first term. That shutdown lasted 35 days, the longest in U.S. history. And here we are again. Same players, same pain, different excuses. And you can feel the PTSD in Bailey's voice as she remembers the last time. It was very stressful, she said. I pray it doesn't roll into those many days again. So let's zoom out. This isn't really about Trump or Democrats or Republicans. It's about what kind of country America wants to be. Because right now, the world's largest military power can't guarantee pay for the people who run it. The most powerful economy on earth is seeing soldiers' spouses standing in food bank lines. And the fix is temporary, pulling funds from the future to pay for the present. That's not leadership, that's damage control. And it raises the uncomfortable question. If this is how we treat our troops in times of political gridlock, what happens when there's an actual crisis? Now, to be fair, Trump's move did prevent immediate harm. Families will get paid next week. That's good. But this is a band-aid on a bullet wound. And if both parties keep treating government shutdowns like political showdowns instead of national emergencies, then the land of opportunity will start looking more like the land of uncertainty. Because the shutdown isn't just a headline, it's dinner tables, empty wallets, and stressed-out families. And no one wins when Americans are forced to choose between feeding their kids or paying the bills, especially not the ones who wear the uniform. So yeah, Trump pulled off a short-term win. He got to say, I paid the troops. But at what cost? Because the money he moved isn't infinite. It's borrowed from future projects meant to keep those same troops safe. It's like patching a bullet hole with duct tape and saying, problem solved. Sure for now, but eventually it leaks. And until Congress stops using federal workers and service members as bargaining chips in their endless budget wars, the cycle will just keep repeating. Shutdowns will come, families will panic, and politicians will stand in front of microphones saying, don't worry about it. But if you're standing in a food bank line with your kids, that's exactly when you start worrying about it. I'm Mazhar, this is a breakdown. Subscribe for more deep dives where facts meet fallout.